Hi everyone, hope everyone's doing great. Let's just begin with pick a card reading or pick a pile reading. So on your screen you'll see three piles as usual, and then just sort of pick one particular card that you're drawn to instantly, and then just go to the timestamp which will be mentioned in the messages below, in the comments below, and then just skip on to that part of your reading, and then I'll see you in the reading. Hi pile one, welcome to your pick a card reading. If this is the card that you chose, or the blue feather, and then let's just begin your reading. All right, so the first card that we've got here for you as an umbrella card is the prayer. So this is basically the energy that is either currently active in your vibration right now, or this is the theme. This is where you need to focus. Now, when we speak about prayer, a lot of people sort of take it in a very religious connotation that, it's about sort of joining hands and bowing in front of a particular God, deity, or whatever you want to call it, whatever you want to name it. But my take on prayer is completely different. Like you can see on this particular card, there is a glass of lemonade and there are lemons. So prayer is basically just, it's about acknowledging a presence of a higher intelligence, higher power, source, or whatever you want to name it, call it. Doesn't have to be, anything to do with religion, but more from a spiritual perspective, of energy that is more powerful than you, or the energy of the creator that creates worlds, or source energy, whatever you want to call it. So basically prayer is just gratitude. It's giving gratitude. It's about giving. It's not about asking. It's not like, when things go wrong in your life, to sort of, go get onto your knees and then ask for something, or something to be healed, or something to be sort of fixed, or something when you need more money, or that's not the prayer, the kind of prayer we're talking about here. The kind of prayer that we're talking about here is basically to do with, like I said, giving. So like a lemon gives a part of itself to make the lemonade. So it's that transaction of giving and giving gratitude for it. So basically it is something like where you acknowledge the presence of a higher source and higher energy, and then there's a constant transaction of giving between these two parties, or constant giving of energy. It's not about like giving your money to something, or going and giving that much money in a temple, church, or wherever you want to. But like I said, it's giving a part of yourself, which means like a part that does not serve you, releasing that to the universe, and giving when you have all the resources, giving it to someone else in terms of with the intention of helping someone. So when it is chance to receive for you, you don't have to ask. So there's constant transaction of giving and taking between you and this higher source, or energy, or higher intelligence. So I'm not surprised that this is the first card of the reading for you, or for this entire reading, because this has been my theme for this particular week, because of few things that are going around in the world. And also if you follow me on Instagram, then you would have noticed that I've actually written a poem on prayer. So I wasn't surprised at all. So this is definitely very active in my vibration. The next card that we've got for you here is only when you are empty are you at standstill and balanced, joy and sorrow. This deck is very unique, and I've been using this deck of lately, and I mentioned about it in my last reading as well. It's very difficult to interpret it, but it has got very deep messages. So number 14, joy and sorrow. So we're talking about two aspects of life. What it says is only when you're empty are you at standstill and balance. So what it says is that we stand between this joy and sorrow. Like it's like on a balance. There's joy on this side, there's sorrow on this side. It's only when this balance or the scale is empty, like there is no joy, there is no sorrow, or when you're detached from both of these, when you're detached from these, that no matter what happens in your external world or your external circumstances, your inner environment is not affected. So this joy and sorrow, it can go up, it can go down. If you stand in the middle, when these balances are empty, when there is, when you're not attached to it, that is what it means when it says empty. That is when you are in a neutral place or you are balanced. So as long as, we are attached to joy and sorrow, they're both sort of inseparable. They're not basically even not two facets. They are just, when there is joy, just remember, like, sorrow is always sleeping underneath, and when there is sorrow, there is always joy sleeping underneath. So when you take it in terms of a scale or a balance, you'll notice that if there is more joy and then this side becomes heavy, the sorrow will start rising up because there's a fear of losing that joy. And when there is sorrow, too much sorrow in the scale, then remember that you have got nothing left to lose. So the joy starts rising up. So they are both sort of inseparable. So this is a message that is coming across for you in case, you're feeling drawn towards one, too much drawn towards one. So that is just an energy that is sort of standing out here. So joy and sorrow. The next three cards we've got here is from Tarot. So we've got Eight of Swords. So Eight of Swords, you can see that there is child, there's a mother, obviously the child appears to be sick, so there is energy of lack of well-being, or some sort of sickness, illness. It need not be literal. It could just mean that there is energy of lack. So lacking could be in abundance, lack in prosperity, lack in happiness, or lack in health or well-being, etc. And that is where this current energy is. So it could be someone around you, or there could be just this energy around you because of, whatever's going on in the world right now. So you feel like hopeless, or sort of bedridden, not literally bedridden, but sort of helpless in terms of that there is nothing you can do, and there are all these swords that are affecting you or your loved ones or the world around you, and that is influencing you. So basically that is what the energy is around here. Now the other card that we've also got here is Two of Pentacles. You can see two happy children, and they're sort of juggling, so up and down again, that the balance, the scale, the joy and the sorrow, or two aspects of life, or something. So a decision between two things. So you're juggling something. But what is important here is that the scale or the seesaw is not on a stable foundation. So the foundation is very shaky. You can see it's a nut. Basically, it can crack, and it's not even on a stable surface. Like the surface is not grounded enough. At any moment, this can tilt on any side. So right now you're juggling and you're managing, but this is not sustainable. So this energy is not sustainable, whatever you are in right now, wherever you're sort of placed right now, whatever you're feeling right now is not sustainable. So you need to be aware of sort of, you have to put all your resources towards one aspect of it and try to see sort of how you can move forward with that energy rather than putting your resources, split resources. So that's what you're doing right now. You're giving a little bit of here, a little bit of there, but that is not sustainable and that's not serving you. So that is the focus that needs to be made in this particular reading. The next card we've got here is number 7, the Chariot. So there's a white horse, there's a brown horse, but you're the one who's actually driving them. You're the one who's riding the horse or the chariot, and you get to decide which way to go. So again, the split energy, the balance, the scale, the choices. So there is a choice that has to be made. And obviously, you need to make sure that your cup is full before you start giving. Like you can't give someone a lemonade if there is no lemonade in it. So an empty glass cannot give anything to anyone. So make sure that, you have before you start giving. Or if there is a choice to be made, if there's a decision to be made, then make sure that, you give yourself some rest here. Don't sort of, get into a particular decision that or a choice that you have to make because it is the hour of the need right now. But think about it, introspect, think about the consequences of the choice that you're going to make. So don't let emotions sort of overpower you here. You got to understand that the only way you can serve is if you fill your cup first. So make sure that you get enough rest and your decisions are made from that place rather than, just because it is the need of the hour. The next card we've got here is Black Egg. Now this card in this particular deck, it speaks about, like I mentioned, so black egg, the reason it's black egg means origin. So something which is inside, something which is hidden. So the term black connotes more about negative energy or something that is negative within you. So excuses, facades, you're not expressing yourself clearly. You're not speaking your truth. You're not sort of expressing yourself in authentic way. and that is where your choices are being made from. So your choices are being made from also influence from others. So, what would people think if I won't do this? What should, but like I said, you need to put yourself first here for a simple reason that there is nothing you can do if you haven't filled your cup. So you need to sort of focus and introspect in your heart, in yourself, as to the choices that you are making, or the choice you're about to make, or the decisions that have to be made. Where are they coming for? Are they being dictated by the society? Are they being dictated by your beliefs, your tradition, culture, or is it truly what you want to do? So focus on that part of it. Like if your decisions are going to be made from the superficial part of you, where, or like if you take that prayer part into aspect, that, if you just keep asking, if that is the sort of prayer you're used to, then it only leads to disappointment. Because it's sort of like, when you need something, you go and ask. But then when your scale is filled with, when your balance, when your cup is filled with joy, you don't give it. When you have resources, you don't give it. But when your balance gets empty, when your cup gets empty, then you keep asking, So you need to find that authenticity in your heart as to how much have you given when you had resources that now you're asking. Like I said, if that continuous transaction between you and the higher source, or universe, whatever you want to call it, continues, then there is never a need of asking. It is sort of a continuous flow. The give and take just flows in. It's like a circle. It just keeps flowing. There is no end to it. But yeah, so see where your energy is placed in regards to this card. So take whatever resonates. If it doesn't resonate, just sort of leave it here. The next card that we've got here is transmission, number 7, and we've got it reversed. When it's upright, it says spreading of conditions, influence, impact. Now transmission could be, again, that negative energy. So you're picking on to someone else's vibration, or whatever's happening in the world, or whatever's happening around you, or whatever's happening to someone closely associated with you. But something from the outside world is influencing you. There is transmission of lack of, like I said, lack of well-being, lack of abundance, lack of prosperity. The lack energy is very strong here, and the need to make a decision, but the decision is not being made, or the decision is being made from a place of sort of like we said, black egg, where there is no sort of authenticity. You're making it only because what will people say, what will society say, or how things should be sort of. So you need to make that part of yourself very clear, that where is this decision being made from, or where the choices have to be made from, because the energy you are in right now is not sustainable. The next 3 cards we've got here is bag, diamond, and bird perch. So let's look at bag. Something important such as new job or a raise. Now bag is again that, there are resources, but like I said, you're sitting in energy of lack. You feel like you need something, you're asking, but there is no giving energy. You need to learn to give. But for that, first you have to sort of, like I said, you have to figure out, is your cup full? But regardless, for some of you, there is some sort of news coming. There is something coming. That need not be just job or raise, but something is coming. Something is being handed to you. And then it'll sort of, vary for each and every person. What is it that we're talking about? Diamond, you will be receiving or giving a precious gift. Again, there's this energy of give and take, like I'm talking about that prayer. Like if you have resources, this is the time for you to give, so that you never have to ask. And if this is the time for you to receive, then you have to come out of that energy of lack, and then, be open to what is coming to you. Bird perched, waiting for news, package, letter. So again, like I said, there is some sort of wait, there is some sort of prayer, there's some sort of asking that is going, a continuous asking of, give me this, give me that, do this for, so-and-so loved one, do this for, watch over this, etc. A lot of asking going on. So I think there's some introspection needed for you to sort of figure out, how much have you given when your bag was full? How much have you given when your cup was full? Or are you giving it right now when your cup is full? So some introspection is required in this particular case. The next card we've got here is mice, number 23. And you can see there are like, shadows of mice creeping through the walls. And then there's some anatomy, like, medical sort of some organs and stuff. Now, basically what this particular card is talking about is mice. So mice are like, shadows, or the elements that harm or damage your property, damage your house, or damage your well-being, damage your abundance, damage your property. And that is why, it is sort of showing these organs and stuff, that it is like we saw, like, there's well-being at stake here, your well-being or someone else's well-being. And there are these shadows of mice, or these negative vibes, negative energies, or negative things that are sort of, making their way in the darkness under your nose, that, you've known, but just ignoring them does not stop the damage. Mice, they are small, pesky little creatures, but they can literally cause a lot of damage in terms of, if we literally see in physical terms. So that is what these negative energy, this anxiety, this worry, this continuous sort of, a lot of worry, a lot of fear, that is what it is causing to you. So this black egg, that dark energy, that, negative vibes are sort of harboring in, and they're causing that damage that mice cause. So this is sort of more like a warning to say, there's something that needs to be done about these negative shadows, these, feelings, these emotions that are making their way, because they multiply faster and they literally thrive on what you're giving to them. So maybe it is time to sort of, clean up that energy, clean up, literally, like when you say, clean up your house, don't give them food, they will go away, block the passage that they come through. So that is the energy that is here. So you need to clear those blockages. You need to sort of figure out what is it that you are doing that is making your cup empty, or how the well-being is being affected. Are you serving whatever you're feeling right now? Is that serving anyone? Or is there something better that you can do in this particular moment to help assist or do, or achieve whatever you want? So yes, a lot of worry sort of energy, dark energy that comes out, the shadow self. Next card we've got here is, who in the world are you? Getting to know the new you, number 19. So the universe is urging you to find out, like I said, who are you, your authentic self? Like, right now it is all dark egg. It is covered by all this, what society wants from you, in outside influences, whatever's happening in the world. And there's loss of hope, and, there's a lot of asking going on. But the universe is urging you and is telling you that this particular situation, circumstance, or current energy that you are in is basically for you to sort of introspect and find out who are you without your jobs, without your people, without your loved ones, without any other thing that you're attached to, without your joys and sorrows. Who are you? Like, what are you? Who are you? You need to sort of figure that part of, and it's individual for everyone. Like, I can't just sort of speak about, what exactly I mean. That is something that you yourself know, like, when you're doing things to please people, is that you, or is that, again, just the society mirroring the society sort of work? So you need to figure that part of yourself. The next card we've got here is this little coin. It is called number 48, enslavement to matter. And then we've got this guy who's like sort of, there's something on the table, and he is so obsessed with this, he's sort of enslaved to it. Although he's holding it willingly, but it almost feels like he cannot let it go. You can look at his eyes, and it's just almost like, I want this thing. Like, I really want this thing. So that, again, that prayer, the part where I said, a lot of asking going on, going like, I've been waiting for this. I'm asking you, this is what I've done. Give me, sort of like, the devil energy from tarot, where it is almost to the point of obsessiveness. So you need to stop this whole energy of, I want this, I want this, I want this, I want this, and see that where is it that you're blocking it. Find out the mice, find out the shadows, find out this dark, that egg part of it. What is covering this origin or genesis of something new, something fresh, the diamond. There's a lot of, right now it's all about goal. There's abundance here, but there is energy of lack. Like, you don't feel what you have is enough. Priorities are not being sort of, figured out what is important to me. You're juggling, thinking that, tomorrow things will get better tomorrow. But then you're repeating the same day every day, and it has been, that long. So get rid of that energy of, I want, and start to look at, what can you give to this particular moment or energy. The next card we've got here is number 22, an arrow. Now, this is from like shamanic healing cards. So arrow can basically be a defense, can be used as for defense. It can also be used for offense, so for hunting and, for hurting someone. So basically what this particular card is saying is that if you're the one that is shooting the arrow, then make sure that you're in a place of balance. So if you're taking any action, then make sure you're in a place of balanced energy, because then you will hit the bullseye. But if not, then the arrow travels so fast that the moment it leaves your bow, it has always already determined its position. So be ready for surprises if you are not in a balanced energy. If you're going to make a choice from a place that is not serving you or serving the universe, then be ready for the consequences. The consequences are yours because the choices are yours. There is nothing anyone else can do that. So every choice carries a consequence with it. If you make the choice from a balanced place, the consequence is something that you will enjoy. So there's a lot of joy in your cup. But if you make the choice from a place of, lack of clarity, dark clouds, the shadowy self, the anxiety, the worry, lack, ask sort of place, then you're not in a balanced place, and then the consequences are yours as well. So make sure that you're in a clear place. Get that rest, get that, like we saw, Eight of Swords. So get that get that quiet place to make your decisions. Get that sort of to a place where you can make a decision between two choices, or when you're making a choice. The next card we've got here is worry. I'm learning that worry doesn't change an outcome. Like I said, this particular pile is full of sort of worry. There's a lot of worry, a lot of asking, a lot of worry, a lot of asking. I want this, I want this, I want this. Do it, do it, do it. If you do this, then I will do this. If you do this, I will give this. So a lot of that sort of prayer, a lot of that sort of asking. Whereas the universe wants you to give without saying, if you do this, I will do this. If you save this, I will do this. If you, that is not going to serve you. We're not doing a business transaction here. So it's basically, if you have resources, then you give. And if you don't have resources, then fill your cup first and then give. And then you will not come to a place of asking. Whatever's meant to be will be. So this worry is not serving you. It's not serving anyone. It's basically just actually distracting you from hitting your arrow on bullseye. So work out that your worry is not taking anyone anywhere. And it's your chance to sort of fix things by getting rid of worry. Wake up call. And that's what I said, wherever you are, whatever you are doing right now, whatever's the circumstance, whatever the situation is, whatever's causing you worry is basically universe again giving you a wake up call as usual to say it is time for you to take charge. And get rid of these mice that, shadows, the anxiety, the worry that is sort of undermining you, the fear. The next card we've got here is build on solid ground. Like we said, Two of Pentacles, it is not sustainable energy. It is not on a solid ground. It is on a nut that can crack anytime, and the nut is not also sort of, a stable itself. So build on solid ground. It is time to build foundations, express your joy. So, you need to express yourself, rather than fearing that, this joy is only short-lived, or what if I lose this? Instead of getting into that lack, get into that, what I have for today is enough. What I have, I'm cherishing, I'm enjoying, and, be in that gratitude. And when I say give in your prayer, is basically give gratitude for what you have rather than what you can lose. So put yourself in that energy, and please take only what resonates with you, and leave the rest here. The last card, or the first card that you chose here, the blue feather. The blue feather was bluebird, and the colors that stand out are blue and orange and white and yellow. You are being gifted with blessings of happiness and peace, but you have to realize you are so blinded by your anxiety and worry that whatever abundance and prosperity and well-being you had or you have, you're not even giving gratitude for that, but you're asking for more. So you need to sort of, have some introspection in terms of why should you get more if you've not appreciated what you have so far. So yeah, that's the energy that the universe wants you to be in. You are being gifted with blessings of happiness and peace continuously, but I think you need to learn to sort of appreciate it. Now we've also got some charms and some letters. So let's just look at that. So the first charm, or the word that stands out is protected. So that prayer part of it, like, your prayers are already answered. You're already protected. But all you need to do is you need to appreciate it. You need to give gratitude for it rather than taking it for granted. And then we've got peacock. Peacock is someone that, sort of, again, his lack of self-worth is more like, everyone else has all this. What do I have? The peacock doesn't know, like, the feathers are so beautiful and the feathers are the one that spread the joy. So you have things that, sort of give joy. Mice again. And the message can't be very clear, but what we've also got is cat. So that is what you need to focus on. You need to focus on ways to get rid of mice, get rid of this negative energy, anxiety, worry, and see where you need to focus yours. Right now, this is where your energy is. These are all the hidden aspects that are undermining your existence right now, but this is what you need right now. And we've got rose, again, outward beauty, but we need to sort of focus on inner beauty here. Star is all about hope. So there is still a lot of hope. And then we've got leaves. I don't know, there's leaves on two, there are two leaves. So it could mean detachment, like, when a leaf dries out and it just leaves the tree. That is also success. It is not end of life for that leaf. It is basically movement or moving in another direction, in new arena, in a new place, detached from tree. Now it has to live its course, separated from the tree. It could also mean, detach yourself from your, too much joy, too much sorrow, sort of let these things pass through you. And have a balanced energy rather than, getting carried away when, it is too joyful. We forget about, giving, sharing, or the universe. But when the sorrow strikes, then that is when we go into that asking mode, to go like, I need this, I want this, give me this, and I'll do this, and I'll, etc., etc. So release yourself from that sort of energy and, get into the habit of giving gratitude. If thank you is not the first word that comes by default, out of your heart or before you even open your eyes, then there's a lot of work to be done. And then we've got some letters. Now, these letters could mean something to you, so take as it resonates. If it forms any word, I will let you know. But otherwise, it's very much like maybe your letters, your name starts with that, or someone that, is a part of this circumstance, situation right now. But yeah, so take what resonates. But what also stands out for me here is A to Z. So it is like, the universe saying, there is a beginning, there is an end, and it is entirely up to you what falls between that beginning and end. And then we also see two X's. Now, two X's could also mean to me is too much burden from the past, or too much of, there's score taking going on here that, what you've done in the past, this is why this is happening to you. So something, the energy is stuck in the past. So just, focus on that fact, that release yourself from this two X's. So, like a leaf, just release yourself so that a new course of life can begin from there. So, all right, so this is all I have for you, Pile 1. Please take only what resonates with you and leave the rest here. And above all, just have a fabulous week. And I'll see you when we do the next reading. Hi, Pile 2. Welcome to your pick a card reading. If you chose this particular feather or the card, let's just start with your reading. All right, so the first card that we've got here for you, the umbrella card or the theme card of your reading, is guilt. So that seems to be the energy that is active if you've chose this particular card. So basically it's an energy of, there's a feeling of unworthiness. So more to say, there's abundance flowing to you, everything is coming to you, but somewhere you feel you don't deserve it. You're not good enough for it. Maybe because of something that you've done, something you're embarrassed about, or there's some lot of conflict going on, is an inner conflict which is causing this feeling of guilt that you don't deserve what you're being given. And it's the good things that you're being given, or the good things that are presenting to you, but there is a feeling and the energy of guilt that, now this is too good to be true for me. I haven't done enough to deserve this or to get this. So maybe this is not true. So that is where you're falling, because there is feeling of feeling unworthy. Whatever is being offered to you, like even if it is like, a miracle or magic or something, very prosperous, a very big opportunity, true love or whatever, business options. But because you're sitting in this energy of feeling unworthy, you feel, what have I done to get this? So there must be something wrong with this, what is being offered to me. So instead of looking inside you to figure out that something's wrong with your vibration or your energy you're sitting in, or your belief pattern or your thoughts, you're sort of looking at the fault in others and saying, nah, this thing must not be good enough. This thing must be not true. And that is why I'm feeling. So it's a feeling of that guilt, that I'm not good enough for this thing. So this is not for me, or there's something wrong about this. So basically that is the strong feeling here. The next card we've got here is joy and sorrow. Now the first pile, if you chose, or if you felt drawn to that pile has the same sort of card when I took it from this deck, and it said the same thing, joy and sorrow. Whereas in your case, it is number 13. Your joy is your sorrow unmasked. A very similar message here. Again, I think because the world is feeling too much contrast between joy and sorrow. So to explain it, or to put it, your joy is your sorrow unmasked. So, when you have things going great for you, everything is good and there's so much joy. And I gave an example of a balance or a scale, like, joy on this side and sorrow on this side. And when that scale is empty, that is the only moment you will feel that balance. Or when joy and sorrow is sort of equal, and that doesn't happen. You don't have like that joy and sorrow equal ever. Either there'll be a lot of joy or there'll be a lot of sorrow. The neutral place will only come when you're detached from both. You're detached from the outcome of both. When the joy comes, it passes through you. When the sorrow comes, it passes through you. That's when you're balanced. That's when you're neutral. So you don't get like, you don't start having fireworks when there is joy, and you don't sort of, flood the world with your tears when there's sorrow. When there's that balanced emotion that, everything is a part and parcel of life, the joy comes, then sorrow comes, that's when you're balanced. So what this is saying is your joy is your sorrow unmasked. So basically, when you have joy, you always know it is like, a cycle. The wheel is always turning. What comes up, what goes up comes down, and what goes down comes up. So joy and sorrow, seasons and directions. So basically, every time, we have something good, something, joyous, there is always that small amount of fear that is sleeping underneath it, that what if I lose this? And we know we will, this will come to an end because it has to go through its natural cycle. And then something new will come through it. Everything goes through phases, transformation and growth, but we are so used to holding something in its, in that one form. We don't sort of want to let it go. So that sorrow is always underneath that joy. And same applies to the other way around, that that sorrow also has joy, because this sorrow cannot last longer, because there is only so much that you can lose. I mean, after that, there is going to be a time when you're so empty that the only thing that can happen to you is that your cup gets filled. Now this also stands true to, when you look at a wine glass. So the wine is the joy, but the glass itself has gone through a lot of sorrow. The deeper the sorrow, like, the amount of burning and the molding of that glass, the way that glass formed, the deeper that sorrow, the more molding, the stronger the glass, the deeper the glass, the deeper that sorrows, the more joy can flow into it, the more wine can fill that glass. So they're inseparable. There is, this joy and sorrow, they're both inseparable. They're one and the same. It is just how we look at it and where are we seeing it from. So you need to sort of get that balance of understanding that part of it. Okay, next 4 cards, the tarot cards we've got here is, we've got 6 of cups. We've got some otters playing in the water with, 6 gold cups. We've got Queen of Pentacles, a pig that is sort of enjoying the mud spa, and there's the coin with the crown lying around. There's flowers, there's plenty of abundance, a lot of relaxation. Then we've got Knight of Pentacles, a prairie dog standing on the edge, watching around, looking for threats. There's coin, there is protection, there's everything going on here. And then we've got a Strength card where an ox is sort of, pulling a lot of load through very tough roads. So let's just speak about these cards. Okay, so the first card is, we've got 6 of cups, otters, they're all sort of, enjoying everyone's enjoying their own cup, floating, relaxing. This one's got 3 cups, no one cares about anything. Now, otters are very sort of, joyous, childlike energy. They also are known to sort of hold hands at night when they sleep so that they don't get drifted away by the water. So the basic energy of this card is that there needs to be sort of commingling with other people, the act of being with other people rather than being isolated. Otherwise, you will get drifted away by the current of the water. You've got plenty of abundance right now to enjoy and relax. Like, it doesn't matter in what mode you are, that, where you might be seeing lack, but the universe is saying that you've got enough, enjoy what you have, cherish, bring in that childlike energy, and mingle with people. It is time to get into the community, or to sort of exchange or give and take and love from other people, and sort of that sort of mode. Now the second card we've got here is Queen of Pentacles. There's this piggy that is relaxing in the mud bath, sleeping, just left its coins out there with a crown, because the piggy knows. And then there's a lot of abundance, very beautiful growth. So this is card of self-care. The pig knows that it has earned enough, or what it has to sort of it has been always just doing things for others, but now it is time for self-care. So that is what even these authors are doing, but they're doing it with their loved ones, with people that care for them. So there is a lot of exchange and flow of love here for self-love and love for others. So healthy energy. But and then we've got this third card where the prairie dog, got its coin sitting out there, but it is watching outside for any threats. So this is a message that make self that your home, your territory, your abundance is protected, and then go into that self-care mode and enjoy it rather than always protecting it, always watching out for threats, always watching out who's coming after you, always watching out where can I lose money, always watching out what can go wrong. What the universe is saying is, do this is important, but then do these two as well, self-care and sharing your joy with others, sharing your, love with others. That is also important with your loved ones, rather than just always working. So this particular pile could be caught up into that. This is where that guilt part is, that there might be a love connection, but you're too focused on work because you think things have not worked out for you in the past with love. So this energy, or this person is not true enough. This person has some hidden agenda. So that same, preservation, sort of self-preservation sort of energy, whereas universe wants you to go into that self-care, sort of to go enjoy your money with others, by yourself, but enjoy it. There's no point in just collecting it. And then we've got this energy. This is where you are, you have strength. An ox has a strength to sort of pull double its weight. And you can definitely the ox can go through these, tough roads. It doesn't have to be a smooth road. But the point is, there is a time for this, there is a time for this, and there is a time for this. But you're stuck somewhere here and here. You need to sort of, balance the scales of joy and sorrow, balance the scale of all the seasons, and enjoy this part as well. This is not the only purpose you have. This is also your purpose. So you need to sort of balance that. So see where you stand, and then, sort of let the energy, or shift your energy towards that. The next card we've got here is Golden Egg. Now, like I said, this pile is very similar to pile 1 with that card of, your joy and your sorrow. They're both unmasked and they're inseparable. They had a black egg, and you've got this golden egg. Now, golden egg is basically what it is the universe simply asking you to introspect, look inside, and work out what is it that you need to do, where is it that the block is, and then just work out. So speak your truth. So this is where your truth is. Very similar energy, like I said, to pile 1. So yeah, focus on this part of it, like like a pig and an otter. Enjoy your life rather than being just the ox and the prairie dog, always watching, always working. It is good, yes, it is needed for your $1 million dreams, but this is also needed because what are you going to do with your $1 million if you don't get to enjoy it? So focus on that part of it. The next card we've got here is Outsider, Misfit, Loner, Wanderer. So yeah, so this is the energy. This is your block. This is where you are. You sort of feel like, you don't deserve, you don't fit into the world. That is why you want to be like a lone otter rather than, the way the otters are. You're focused on this prairie dog energy of that guilt that I don't deserve it. This thing is not good enough. And that is why it is coming to me because I haven't done this, I haven't done that, etc. Guilt is the lowest form of vibration. Even anger is better than guilt. Because in anger, there is a moving energy, whereas guilt is like energy that sort of is digging the ground deeper and deeper and deeper. So anything better than guilt will do because it'll raise your vibration higher and higher. So you're sort of caught up in that. And number 22, if that makes any sense to you. Misfit, Loner, Wanderer, but the universe is saying, no, this is the time for you to sort of join hands, share, and do this. So the moment you do this, the pentacles will flow. Because you can see the pig has the pentacles, but it's not that when you have the pentacles you will do self-care, but it is more like when you do the self-care, pentacles will flow. Okay, next 3 cards we've got here is Wine. Seek out information that will help you. Like you can see this, grapevine is just sort of creeping onto the tree because it is seeking out for what it needs, But whereas in your case, like I said, you've got into that self-preservation mode where you're like a prairie and you're like, everything is attacking me, everything is coming to get me. You just feel like something good cannot happen to you, sort of. Handshake, a meeting with a stranger could be important. And yeah, so this is that otter energy. There is something, an agenda, like not an agenda. There is some sort of like, a business opportunity, a work opportunity, or someone's going to help you. There is a help that is, or something's going to be created or formed, but with the assistance of another. Or this could also mean that reach out to people, again, like a wine, reach out, and that'll give you your next million, your next love, your next, whatever, well-being and everything. But there is another person coming in, another person or more people. There's a handshake that will be very important, or something. Maybe the universe is urging you to, if there's a love interest, there is that connection is going to bring you your abundance and prosperity. So there is a involvement of another person. So be open to it, be receptive to it. Flag, do not be tempted to lower your standards. So don't fall into the trap of that guilt. Don't fall into that trap of, maybe I have to take a shortcut to get this. Maybe this is the only way. Don't lower your standards. The flag has to be hoisted higher. So make sure that you take the higher ground, whatever your circumstance or situation is, if this applies to you. Now, the next card we've got here is man, number 28, and then we've got a woman, number 29. Now, this is very interesting. When these cards came out, I was sort of like, this woman card fell out, and I was like, what particular message can come through this card? So I put it back into the deck, which never works for me, and I've tried that a million times. I should not do it, but a part of me sometimes, does sort of go, okay, what am I going to say about a woman? And then the woman card, there's another woman card in this deck that fell out, and then the man card. So it made itself very clear that this card needs to be here. The reason for that is that there is this masculine and feminine energy, and that is what is here. So we've got the man energy, which is work, watch, provide, secure. And then there's this feminine energy of relax, relax, share, love, flow. That is what that man and women energy. So balance that masculine and feminine energy in you, rather than, only being in the masculine energy or only being in the feminine, because then you won't have enough pentacles. And if you're only in the masculine energy, the only thing you will have is pentacles and coins. But what is the point of that? Because we can't take that with us when we die. So it has to be enjoyed here on this planet, on this physical planet. So that is why this man-woman energy sort of was falling out again and again and again. Next card we've got here is keep your temper. Don't allow anger to rule you. So maybe there is also some sort of frustration with guilt that says, this is not fair, that is not fair, things are not always fair, that sort of energy. So make sure you watch your temper, don't lose your temper at something or a situation. Just have some patience. That is not going to help you or anyone at this time. So number 3, irresponsible dispersal. And then we've got this particular man, but we can see there's a very strong wind and the structures are getting damaged. So this ladder is falling down, and then he doesn't know what to do. This is an energy of Fool in a tarot card where, you're standing at the edge, you don't know what to do, but you're so tired of just standing at the edge. You're like, I'm just going to jump in, but you haven't sort of worked out where you're going, what you're doing, what the circumstances are. It's good to be in a Fool energy, but sometimes if that Fool energy comes from place of anger, then you might be just literally jumping into a ditch. That is literally going to take you deeper and deeper into your guilt. So just make sure, just watch out what you're jumping into conclusions about, someone not being fair, someone not being true and honest. Analyze every particular individual and circumstances independently, independent of what your beliefs and what your patterns or your past is. Analyze that person, that project, that opportunity by itself. So that is what is needed here. Next card we've got here is Falcon, number 5. Now, Falcon is basically universe telling you that you need to get clarity of a falcon before you jump or before you get into that Fool mode of, going further and taking an action, because a falcon has a clearer vision, a clear sight. It can fly really high, so that, hoisting the flag really higher. But that is what is needed. If you're potentially, you don't have that clearer vision of what you're getting into, what you want to do with your money, or just collecting money, what is the point? Or you're just enjoying, and then you've got an empty account, and then when you actually need the resources, you don't have it. So you balance that masculine and feminine energy and get that clarity of vision, and then you will rise higher and it will make sense. Otherwise, it's just a waste of energy flying high and taking decisions basically on guesswork or your old patterns. So next card we've got here is forgiveness. I acknowledge that harboring resentment blocks the flow of love. And that's what I'm saying. There is, blockage of love. You're in that prairie dog and ox energy, and there's this feeling of guilt. You need to forgive yourself. And color orange, it's random, but again, there's nothing random in this world. So you can see there's a color orange that is sort of, standing out here. That is what you need to forgive. So forgiveness of that guilt. And there's this purple color. There's this something about these two cards. They're literally like marrying each other. So that is what you need to do. You need to let love flow into this, whatever the situation, circumstances that is causing you to have this guilt of always sort of, being critical of other people, that, someone's coming with a hidden agenda, someone's coming at you because your past relationship didn't work out, past project didn't work out, or people always do this to you, or good things never happen to you, etc., etc. Get rid of that. Then you come out of that guilt, forgive yourself, forgive whoever that person was or is, and let that love flow into this so that you can get into this peak and otter energy and, relax and enjoy, balance that masculine, feminine energy. Next card we've got here is be patient. So yeah, anger is not your friend. You just need to be patient with yourself, patient with other people. Don't be critical of people, and don't sort of judge them based on what you've gone through. Just, analyze each and every individual and every situation as it comes for itself. Strengthen your gifts. So strengthen your gifts, the gifts of, whatever you've got, instead of, strengthening your guilt, strengthening and thinking, I'm not worthy of something. Focus on everything that you've been given. And work on those gifts, work on, what your skills are, work on what is appreciative about you, admire things about yourself. So self-care is important here. Maybe you're forgetting that you're not focusing on that part of yourself. So yeah, that becomes very important here. Make necessary sacrifices. So again, this is a balance of masculine and feminine energy. Again, sacrifices here. I'm not saying that it's masculine and feminine is not about male and female. Remember, it's an energy we all have. So masculine energy is all about making sacrifices and doing things and always on the, watchdog and always doing work. And then strengthen your gifts is more intuitive and more creative. So make sure you have both parts of your life active. It's like your day is like, you live your life in a day, not in days, which means think of it as that this is the only day you have is the only life you have. So make sure you bring all your gifts forward, not thinking today I will just work, tomorrow I will do this. So make sure you do both today, because you don't know, tomorrow is not promised anyways. So that is what sort of a subtle message that's coming through. So this was the card that you chose, the feather. The feather was the turkey feather. The colors that stand out are red and brown. Honor your own time of harvest. Offer your gifts and blessings as service to the greater good. And that's what we're talking. It's time for you to enjoy your harvest. You've done this part. Now do this part, then go back to this part, then do this part. So it is one of those things. And while you're doing this, also share your harvest. So, like turkey uses a sign of offering during Thanksgiving. So that is what it is saying. So it is time for you to honor your gifts, but also give to people if you have enough. Like these otters have 6 cups, but there are only 4 otters. So which means they have enough to share with other people, because then, there is that constant flow of give and take with the universe where you don't have to ask when it is time for you to get. So get into that mode rather than just holding your 4 cups so tight that, there is no flow. So your money is not breathing. You're literally just holding it. You're not spending it. You're not enjoying your life. You're not enjoying it. So please take only what resonates and leave the rest here. I've also got some charms. What we've got here is find the joy in your journey. And that's what I said, enjoy what you have, what you've earned. Enjoy your harvest rather than just sort of, hoarding it. Then we've got tiger, courage, strength. That is what we can see, but temper. So make sure you control your temper. Make sure you control your anger. There's a hand. So hand is not all about taking, it is about giving. And as you can see, the hand is the gesture of like sort of giving. So it is like this, giving. So make sure that, if you have enough abundance, it is time for you to share a little bit of it, donation, charity, whatever you want to do. And we've got a turtle. So movement is slow, but it is happening. So changes and the shift is happening, but it is slow. So be patient. That is what the card is. Owl. Owls are a sign of wisdom. Now that wisdom is continuously flowing from your heart. It is flowing from within. All you have to do is be receptive. So make sure that is it. A little small angel, which is again, the universe is always sort of watching over you. And then we've got dragonfly, which is not a dragonfly. Sorry, it is like a gift, a ribbon on the gift. So what it is saying is that you are receiving plenty, but make sure that you also giving the gift. So it's not just taking. Now I've got some letters here, and this was very, very interesting for me because it was random and just, yeah. So I don't know what this means, but do let me know if anyone can make sense of this. But the letters are repeating here. Of course, some letters could be, your name, but this was like this. This is a very clear message. something is mirroring, someone's mirroring someone. So if there are two people, if this is about love, if this is about another person with you, there is mirroring going on. Otherwise, I have 7 letters, and out of that 6 have repeated itself. So double C, double V, double Y, and then we've got D. So not sure what it means, but like I said, for me, what it means is that someone is mirroring you. You are mirroring someone, someone's mirroring you. So there's mirroring energy that is going on. If this means anything else to anyone, then please do let me know in the comments or, Instagram, wherever you want to let me know. But please take only what resonates. And above all, have a good week. And I will see you when we do the next reading. Bye. Hi Pile 3, welcome to your pick card reading. If you chose this particular feather, the green feather, or this particular card, let's just begin your reading. All right, so the first card that we've got here, or the umbrella card or the theme card here, is gossip. Green card, you can see there's a lady and then there's people around you. So it seems like either you're the target of this gossip, or people talking about you, people are, whatever your situation is, and you feel misunderstood by people. You feel like, no matter what you do, people are always saying this, so society sort of is talking about you, or whatever. That's what you think. Or you are involved in analyzing, criticizing other people. So there's that sort of an energy of sort of misunderstanding someone or being misunderstood. Not a very useful energy, but yeah, that is what the energy that is sort of coming across here. The next card we've got here is take with you your all. Number 38, religion. Now this word religion is important here because, like I said, I've pre-shuffled the piles and I've already got all the cards and it is going to repeat. And I'm not sure what it means in terms of, literally religion. Take as it resonates, but I will speak to you what comes through me. So number 38, take with you your all. Now what this card basically says is that, when we begin our day, it is like, that is the only life we have. Like, we woke up and we will sleep. So between that A to Z is the day, is the life we have. Rather than thinking it as I have the week, I have the month, I have 4 days, we need to think of our life as every single day. Because what happens is when we think of life like a day is, we will take with us our all. So you don't keep your best dress for tomorrow. You don't keep your, so-and-so best crockery for tomorrow. You don't keep the best things for later, because later is not promised. So you need to take with you your all, which means you need to bring your strengths and your weakness. You need to express your joy and sorrow today, not tomorrow. You need to focus on work and creativity today. So take with you your all, because you need it in your life, and that is why you have it. And your life is basically just your day. It is not your weeks, it's not the months, it's not the year from now. Your life is just a day. So take with you your all when you venture out into the world every single day, rather than thinking today, work is all I'm going to do, because no one knows about tomorrow. So take with you your all. That is the basic message that is coming through. Okay, so next 3 cards we've got here is we've got 7 of inspiration straight, we've got Knight of emotions, and then we've got 8 of inspiration. So let's just talk about these cards one by one. 7 of inspiration, you can see there is a lady that is sitting with her head bowed, and then she's got 2 arms stretched out, and she's trying to sort of keep the darkness away. So this darkness is what we were talking about, that gossip, the society, whatever the society thinks about you, whatever society is offering or bringing, or whatever you think, it is all dark, it is not serving you. So you're trying to hold it. So there's resistance, and you're holding it from reaching you within, or affecting your heart, or affecting your emotions, or affecting you in terms of, that is what this lady is doing. And then there's a star, or the white light that is shining from above, from the universe, which is that, she's protecting her heart, and then she's putting all her energy in blocking what everyone else is saying. Maybe you're with the love of your life, or maybe you've made some, business movement, or you've changed careers, and then people have things to say about you, or about your relationship, about your business choices, etc. So right now you're focusing your energy in withholding everything that people are saying. Is it serving you? Yes, you're protecting, your heart, but your energy is focused on blocking something rather than, just leave it where it is. Don't give your awareness. Don't let your, get rid of that. Don't block it, but let it be. Don't give your awareness. Right now, you're flowing your energy through your hands into this when you're blocking it, which means it is in your awareness. People will say things. You're not here to please the society, so that is the energy that sort of you are in, whereas this is the energy you need to be in, like Knight of Emotions. Look at this horse. The horse is charging forwards through puddles of water, which is the puddles of water is basically all the muddy things or all the unwanted things that society says, thinks, or will think about you, etc., your fears. This horse is just literally running through it. Water is splashing. It doesn't care, just enjoys it, and it marches forward. Simple as that. The horse is not, standing there and going, oh, the water droplet should not fall here. Oh, the water droplet fell on my leg. That is what giving awareness is. And that is what you're doing right now. You are literally holding the walls and saying, oh, don't close on me, but just leave the walls alone and just keep marching forwards. That is the energy you need to be in. And that is what this card, 8 of Inspiration, but it is reversed, means when it is straight, you can see this lady is just marching forward. She's literally wearing high heels and stilettos, and she's walking on desert, on a sand, but she is marching forward. Then that, those lines are signs of pace, the same pace that is coming from, that grace that is coming from the universe to you. But when this is reversed, what you're doing is that you are not moving because you are using all your energy to block what people will say or what people say and all that sort of jazz. So let go of that energy. Just don't give your awareness to those things, Take with you your all. You do what you do. Be you. And let people do what they are doing. Don't get involved into, don't get affected by what people are gossiping about you, what these, muddy droplets of water are, or what these black curtains that are closing on you. Just you do you. Take with you your all when you venture out every day. Then we've got a card, Bear. Now, bears, we know, they're known for hibernating. So maybe it is time that you've been hibernating. Maybe it is time for you to charge forwards, move forwards, and collect resources. This is the time for you to hunt. This is the time for you to move, charge, and not sort of sit in a place, hibernate, or sort of, try to address what people are saying. You are about you. You're not about people. You're not about gossip. Gossip has no place. And it does not serve anyone, to be honest. Next card we've got here is religion, and that's why I said the religion word becomes very important here. And 37 and 38, it is like flowing. Canon, rules, commandments, but we had it reversed. So it seems like this is your block. And purely just, from a perspective where I'm standing, what it looks like is you are letting, so religion basically means, formal rules, for a structure, a box that you've been put in because your parents come from this tradition, this culture, or this background, or this is what it is. So you're judging everyone from that particular box. If they don't fit into this box, then they are not worthy, or they're not whatever deserving, or you're not deserving of them. So this is where this religion word might fit in terms of formal structure, but take as it resonates for you. Maybe it speaks to you in a different way. But like I said, for me, it is about that formal structure, formal box. So it looks like, your life choices are being dictated by this pattern. So, if it is in terms of love or something, maybe there is someone that is from different culture, different religion, but this stops you from making that movement further. If it is a business or, job opportunities, then this is all you've always done, and this is what your parents said you should do, but this is what is blocking you from going forward into that, next abundance, next, whatever. And then the same thing applies for, any other situation. So your patterns, your past, your formal structure is holding you from expanding into new territories, because if this is all you know, then this is all you will be. You cannot be more than this. You will not be more than the ones who created the box. So take as it resonates, but yeah, so this is your challenge, this is your block. You're not taking your all with you. You're only taking what the world wants you to take every single day. And that is what the message sort of stands out here. Next 3 cards we've got here is Peacock, beware of great pride. Yes, a lot of jewels and a lot of crowns coming out. So pride could also be an issue here. Honor and respect will come to you. So if there is, if you're the one who's the target of the gossip or the focus, or people are talking ill about you, or the decisions you have taken right now, you're in the phase of, you're in a cocoon and you're still not become a butterfly. And that is where, don't let that affect you, because you are going to wear the crown. Honor and pride will come to you. And if you are into that place where you're a part of this formal structure and you believe you're on a higher ground than anyone else, if you're the one involved in gossiping and you're the one who is actually targeting other people, and you're thinking ill about other people, or you think other people are lower than you, you feel you're on the higher ground, if that pride as a peacock, then you need to be aware of that pride. So you need to see which end of the scale you are on. The next card we've got here is Moon, changes in your life. So yeah, based on where you are, either you're sitting here and holding and blocking everything, or either you're charging forward. You need to sort of work out where you are, but there are some shifts that are happening. Moon is about something that is hidden, but it is unearthing. So hibernating, the bear was hibernating, but it is unearthing now. It is coming to life now. It is coming out now. Next card we've got here is Letter, number 27. So letter is about expressing yourself. Express how you feel, express who you are, or there is a letter coming or a message coming, or, talk to this other person, this, whatever this block is. Who is on the other side of the block? Is it a business opportunity? Is it, a lover? Is it a person you admire? Is it what is on the other side? You need to express yourself to that other side. You need to connect to that other side and let go of this block. You need to take with you your all and get past your walls, get past your fort to this other side. Because this other side is going to take you towards progress that you've never imagined. So this crown is what the progress is all about. This other side is going to get you that crown, but you have to get rid of these formal beliefs, patterns, cultures, traditions, whatever's blocking you, because you're not here to please people. You're not here to please these two people, because they obviously think about themselves. They're not you. You're not a replica of your parents. You're not a replica of your traditions, or, copies of someone who's already been. You are you, you are new. So express yourself. Communication is important. Just holding everything within is not going to sort of charge. So make that connection with the other side of whoever is on the other side, or whatever's on the other side. Number 34, impossible things. Working through disbelief, imaginative leaps, fresh perspective. That is what I said. You are you, you are new. You're not the old, you're not the traditions, you're not the past, you're not the box, you're not the formal structure. You've never been before and you will never be again. So you are unique. But there is this lack of sort of believing outside the box. Formal structure is, what we're talking here, and impossible things. So you need to believe in these impossible things. There is something that you feel because of these blocks, you feel this is not possible. I cannot be with this person. I cannot have that opportunity. I cannot have that mansion. I cannot have that sort of well-being. I cannot have that prosperity, because this is who I am. The walls built by traditions, built by past, built by culture, built by my experiences, who I am is what you're stuck in. Whereas the universe wants you to break these walls and say, believe in that impossible, believe that you can be with this person, you can have a life with this person, you can have that mention, you can have that prosperity, you can have that much well-being, you can have everything that is on the other side. If you believe in that, then you will make this movement, because right now you're just holding the walls. You're not being this horse, and that is what you need to be. So work out where you sort of stand. Next card or little coin we've got here is number 63, disclosure and disillusionment. And what we've got here is a person or a guy, and then there is this bright light, and there's awakening. So there are signs that there is something, a light that is coming for you, and there is light that is coming from the top here, and you can see there's a moon here. So there is outside, when I say outside, there's universal support coming to you. The universe is trying its best. You can see the person literally has got their back to this sun shining on them. And on this side of this wall, beyond this gossip, on that other side is that sun, is that prosperity, is that well-being, is that abundance that you are blocking. You can see, one of the eyes covered. You're looking from a very sort of, side eye. You're looking from the corner. It is there, but you don't believe that, you are worthy of it or you can achieve it. Whereas this is what the universe wants you to believe, the charging forward, the, horse with the wings. There's butterflies, there's impossible things, there's magical things, there's miracles, there's everything on the other side, but you need to get rid of that formal structure pattern. You're not your traditions, you're not your cultures, you're not your past, you're not your experiences in the past. You need to evolve, daily. Next card we've got here is the wheel, number 27. 4 compartments. This is more like a medicine wheel from shamanic cards. So 4 seasons, different patterns of life, but also what goes up comes down, what comes down goes up. So this is more to say, the wheel is going to turn. You can't just keep holding things and sit in there hiding yourself, hiding your heart, because it is going to get hurt. There is enough universal support for you. You need to believe that the wheel is turning and the wheel is going to turn and it is turning in your favor. But you need to help in, breaking down those walls. You can't just sit in your fort with your head down. Next card we've got here is purpose. I know what I'm here to do, and that is what you need to find out. This is what this whole circle of life is about. You are just sitting there and life is just passing by. Abundance, prosperity, happiness, everything is passing by, and you're just sort of busy collecting coins, or you're just busy blocking what other people think or pleasing other people. You're not living your purpose. You're not living your true authentic self. You are dictated by either your culture, tradition, religion, formal structure, parents, society, but you're not living you. You are not you. You're not doing you, sort of thing. Be decisive. So yeah, it is time for you to take action. You can't sit in this energy. It is not sustainable. Energy of just blocking something. You just need to take your awareness away so that this card can become it can become charging forwards. Be true to yourself, and that is what I said. You're not being true to yourself. You're pleasing other people, gossips and all that sort of jazz. You're letting that affect you. You need to know who you are. You need to believe in yourself. You need to sort of get into that energy. Bust out of your cocoon. You're just sitting in your cocoon. You're sitting in that shadow self. You're sitting closed like a cocoon, like this lady. When all the elements are supporting you, this person, this project, everything is charging for you, waiting for you, moving towards you. But you need to move towards them too. Everyone's going to meet in the middle ground, because right now you're just sitting and these people, these opportunities are coming towards you. The star is shining on your head, but you've got your head down and you're complaining that there is darkness all around me. So obviously you lift your head, you will see the light, and you will see that there is no reason to block everything, because new energy is flowing towards you. So bust out of your cocoon. The cocoon is, right now, your cocoon is your own doing. This was the card that you chose, the green feather. Hummingbird. So green, red and white are the colors that stand out for you. Release what you've been carrying and lighten up. New joy is on the way. So release that burden you're carrying, lift your head. And hummingbird, as you know, this feeling of lightness, it can literally hover backwards, and it just hovers at one place with just fluttering of wings. The feeling of lightness, that is what you need to feel. You're carrying too much burden of traditions, cultures and formal structure and that sort of jazz. So yeah, you're not being you. So that is what the message is, very, very strong and clear. Now we've also got some charms here. So quickly, let's just do that. And then, that's pretty much it. So the first word that comes out is fearless. So you need to be sort of, fearless like a bear. You need to sort of make your decisions and, believe in the impossible on the other side. Stop being sort of, defensive here, because that's what the energy that is sort of coming out. Then we've got little charms. So we've got dragonfly, which is, shift. There is a change. We've got the clock. The time is ticking. We've got a little wall clock. The time is ticking. You can't sit here. This is not sustainable. Life is moving past you every single day. You need to treat it as life. You are living in weeks and months and years from now. You're saying, I'll do this next week. This week I need to do this. I'll do it next month. I'll do it next year. Whereas the only life you have is from day to night. You don't know tomorrow morning. So you need to take your all when you get into that day, and you need to do all it needs to be done if, that was the last day of your life on this planet. So the time is ticking. Heart. So you need to, you're protecting your heart, but you need to open your heart. This is what it is. And then we've got the cross. So again, like I said, I don't know if this stands out clearly to you, something about religion here. So a lot of you will obviously, resonate with that. So take as it resonates. But so it looks like, you're bearing your cross right now. Whereas, you can just literally release your burdens and feel the lightness of the hummingbird. So take as it resonates. Then we've got elephant with the trunk up, which, people consider lucky. And it is about asking you to charge forward like this, 8 of inspiration cards, like this lady with all the hurdles, stilettos, desert, everything. She is charging forward. Then we've got apple. Now, I don't know why we've got that. Not sure if it has something to do with, the whole religious part of Adam, Eve, and the apple and Garden of Eden, etc. I don't know, but I will leave that for you guys. And then we've got some letters here. Not sure. Some of them could be, your initials for your name, or it could mean something for you. So please take as it resonates. I'll just sort of lay them down. If something stands out for me, I will let you know. The first word that does sort of form is leg. Now, I don't know what it means. Does that mean, leg up in terms of, either you're the one who's, either you've got your pride that you're holding a leg on someone, or you're the one under the leg, or something to do with legs. Now, I don't know what it means, but yeah, take as it resonates. But yeah, there's nothing sort of anything else that stands out for you. Take as it resonates, or like I said, these could be just initials of your name, or it could be the person that we're talking about, or the opportunity we're talking about here. But take as it resonates. And this is all I have for you this week, pile 3. Please take what resonates, leave the rest here, and above all, just have a very good week, and I will see you next time I do the reading. Bye.